I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to smack it raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RawFlix, the Monday Night Raw edition of the Smackin Raw podcast. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-hosts. She is host of the She League Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd. Story time with the reigning, defending, undisputed Trick or Trivia champion, Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hello.
And he is the polyamorous Poppy Stefano. He is the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, our friend Steve Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada.
Hola. Hey, that's what Will said. I didn't even look.
Actually, he said it first.
No, he did, but I didn't even look at the comments.
You guys are my favorite people too.
Yeah.
Stefano.
Hi guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hi,
It's
how are you?
it's going. I want to thank everyone that's watching us live, whether no, that's a Spitter Swallow. Whether you are watching us at youtube.com/creation world, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm, helps find new listeners.
And why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
For your likes, for your views, for your comments, for your attention. So much so that because I wasn't getting any of it on Threads and Blue Sky, I went back to Satan's hellhole. That
He's
is
back.
So, because the whole point of this is engagement, ladies and gentlemen, and I will go to the places where I get engagement even if I don't want to be there, and unfortunately, that is Twitter. So, as of today, I am back there, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show, but I want your likes, I want your comments, I want your views, and I want your subscriptions. I need them, I crave them, I chase them, I will slut myself out for them. If I have not proven that already in the last 8 years of podcasting. So, do all of those things, and let me see you flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live, whether it's 15 minutes after Monday Night Raw, 15 minutes after Tuesday Night NXT, 15 minutes after Friday Night SmackDown, or 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern for the Creation Conversation. We also have, a PLE coming up, I think Saturday, a little thing for NXT that they're doing. That you guys might want to check us out 15 minutes after that for a smash or pass of that.
Virgin's Day, right?
Yeah, I'm going to need a Vengeance Day thing for a thumbnail. So
I sent it to you already. The red one.
I thought that was for Elimination Chamber.
They're both red.
Oh,
If you
also,
trying to comfort me.
we have polls live on Twitter,
Triple
Instagram,
polls.
Threads, and Blue Sky, where you guys can go and vote for what our next panel will be if we're getting off, which will be back a week from Sunday, as long as my wife doesn't have this baby by then. So, go vote, please, on all of that. You guys can also check us out over at twitch.tv/Creation World, where if you have Amazon Prime and you have a Twitch account, you link the two together. You take the Twitch account is the penis, and the Amazon is, the vagina, and the other penis too. However you want to do it. If you want to do some docking, do some docking. We're not opposed to docking. Maybe you just want to rub clams. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, scissor, all of that. Link them together. Get a free sub. Give me that free sub so you can hear all about docking and Eiffel Towering and cuckolding and all the things that I teach you here on Smackin Raw.
Nothing about
Or you can give it to Katie, where you get none of that unless the rack shows up on her show, because then you'll still get some of that. Or you give it to Botch Spots and Chair Shots, our favorite people. I may or may not know that Will has some very cool, exciting, fun content coming up very soon over on YouTube and TikTok as well. So you guys can subscribe to their Twitch and whatever that they do when they decide to come back. They will be there. They are monogamous to Twitch for now. But also just go follow our friends other places, and look for more cool drop content because that'd be awesome. Katie is Allison's sub this month. Next month, are you Katie's sub? You guys switch back and forth? How does that work?
Shut up.
Do those things. Do the subscribe. Support your favorite content creators. Ladies and gentlemen. That's what this whole rant is always about. You showing support for the people that you love and enjoy to listen to. Whether you're listening to us on audio, on Twitch or YouTube. If you're listening on the audio, you guys could leave me, like a rating on Apple or Spotify. Just be like, Smackin or Raw, 5 stars. Matt Ritter has a huge penis. Like, whatever you guys want to put, I'm fine with that. I am.
That's insane.
So, Katie?
Matt?
Do you have any news and rumors?
I do. Okay, so on Friday, we talked about some people getting released from contracts in WWE. I don't remember if we brought up Elektra or not on Friday.
We did not. You brought up Cedric Alexander.
Everybody else, yeah. Said
not everybody
AOP.
Else. Just said AOP and Blair were the only ones that you mentioned.
I definitely would have said Blair. Paul. I would have also said Paul Ellering because
that's AOP. He's not by himself. He's not.
He is a small little man.
He's his own person. He's his own person. Yes, he is.
He's not. Yes, he is. When AOP was gone, he was gone. He is part of that package, Vince.
Well, no, he got let go.
The balls.
He got let go and was gone first, and then the ball sack of AOP was just dangling.
Okay, so they're all gone. Isla Dawn was also released from her contract. Elektra Lopez confirming reports today on Instagram and Twitter that she has also been released. But then we got some AEW contract situations being dealt with. Malachi Black is now officially 100% a free agent, as is Ricky Starks and Miro. They came to an agreement with Miro. Miro said, I want to be gone. And they said, fine.
Good.
Well, they weren't utilizing him, just like they were barely utilizing Malachi, just like, they weren't using Ricky Starks. So, no reason to keep guys on your payroll that you're not going to use. Listen, I got a bone to pick with you, Katie. I feel because we are never happy to see people get fired unless it's Matt Riddle. However, you expressed a certain amount of joy at the loss of one person, and I feel like the karma came back to bite us in the ass with the release of Isla Dawn.
That's not my fucking fault.
I mean, she was already bit in the ass with the Sonya release because she lost.
Yeah, that one hurt me.
Yeah.
Personally.
Well, I was hurt personally by Isla Dawn, and I got
attacked with Elektra. I lost Elektra. I lost the Latinas today.
Man,
we all lost a woman that day. We all lost a wonderful woman.
Rachel next? Can we put
in a request? It's not going to be Spanish Rachel. She's in storylines and shit. Yeah, so that's been the main thing that has happened today. I wasn't really paying attention to anything yesterday because it was a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that was the whole thing. Lots of releases had happened over the weekend. So
I saw a conversation on TikTok actually where they were saying that, instead of, obviously we never want to see anyone lose their job, but instead of being upset and throwing blame and complaining and doing all the shit that we normally do when the releases happen, maybe we should be happy about the releases because there are so many places for people to go. And again, if these people got into wrestle and wanted to do wrestling and they're not getting to wrestle, they're not being utilized, then we should be happy that they were able to get, especially in the AEW case, get out of their contracts and hopefully be utilized. We know that Mr. Starks has friends in WWE places, lots of them, and most of them are getting used. And we know that Malachi Black has someone special also over there, and I can't wait for Alistair to return because that's all I've ever fucking wanted. I just got Alexa Bliss back, and if you want to give me a full hard-on, you bring back Alistair as well with the original music, CFOs. But anyway.
Maybe.
Opportunities. These are opportunities for these people. Hopefully they find success, whether it be on the indies or in other companies where they can be utilized. And, if they haven't been utilized, breathe new life into them, find something cool for them to do, and continue to work. That's all we can hope for. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. That was it.
That's it. All right. Oh, what? Sorry, Vince. You were...
No, I just said, yeah. That's all I said. Just what Katie was saying. Yeah. Continue.
Wow, he muted you. That's crazy.
I didn't mute him.
Oh, he muted himself.
Yeah. I was looking for that, but I had to scroll.
Oh my God.
So Monday Night Raw. Jay, main event, WrestleMania main event, Jey Uso.
Wow.
Jameis Uso. He was yeeting that day one-ish all over the crowd and all over the arena, just everywhere. And Big Gooner did not like that because he doesn't like to see people happy. So he decided he was going to beat the yeet out of Jay.
Yes, he did.
During this ass pounding that Jay was receiving, he repeatedly said, "Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it, Jay. Don't do it, Jay." So, of course, Jay did the thing.
You gotta do it to him.
He pulled himself up by his bootstraps to the bottom rope because he could not stand because his ass was pounded so hard. And he grabbed a microphone and he said, "Gunther, you and me, WrestleMania." And then Gunther came back down to beat his ass some more. But at this point, he was able to get on his feet and throw some punches as 40 men try to be between them, make some room for the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, this is what we wanted. This was the inevitable outcome that we so rightfully deserved. Because, the history with Cody is there with Jay. Come on, we all remember the press conference. That shit was fucking hysterical. But it had to be Goon. It had to be.
I'm with Katie. It had to be Gunther because there's so many other bigger matches that could be had with Cody Rhodes over on the Elimination Chamber side of things. Because you have options. There's Seth is in there, Punk's in there, Cena's in there. If
Seth is not in there yet, don't be
come on,
pulling
narratives. Come on.
Finn they could say fuck Seth Rollins and put Finn Balor in there.
Maybe.
Amen, so, Vince. Amen. Finn is not winning.
Finn is not winning.
Finn is trash.
Street trash. Actually, he made a shirt out of it. But yeah, so it makes the most sense. And this feud between Gunther and Jay has the most heat, has the most history between the two of them. And
it has the most yeet.
The most yeet. Yes, thank you. I was gonna say that, but I was like, let me not. But yeah, so I'm with it. I swallowed it. This had a lot of intensity to start off Raw. It was a great way to open Raw. This is the way Gunther should have been booked the minute he won that title at SummerSlam, but unfortunately, we're barely getting it now in February, which is a shame. Which he's gonna lose a title in April, so he's got 2 more months of this kind of Gunther. Yeah, swallow for me.
Oh yeah, come on, shit was beautiful.
It is, but I'm Natalie Imbruglia. I'm torn because I agree with Gunther. There was a litany of men that Gunther could have faced that I think would add to his legacy as champion. That honestly, I feel like might not. Okay, so I'm not of the narrative that Jey Uso is not a good wrestler. I am not. Jey Uso is a good wrestler. Jey Uso is not someone that is going to go into a match with Gunther unless he's going to prove me wrong. And Jay, Please prove me wrong. Please make me eat my words. But he's not going to go in there and put on a fucking banger with Gunther, right? And that's kind of what we wanted to see from the Gunther title run, was like Gunther fighting all these dudes and them beating the living shit out of each other and just like banger matches. That's what we wanted. It's the same thing we want from Penta, who didn't even have a match this week, which is a spit.
It was a main event.
Jesus. Wait, what? This main event's still a thing?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
I'm not okay.
Where can I watch main event? I need to look that up.
Oh my god, guys, it's fine.
Of the options, this is obviously the better option. This is a story, and that's also what we want, right? Like,
yeah,
the Jay couldn't beat Gunther story. Jay's not worthy story. Now, hopefully Jay overcomes this obstacle that this mountain he has not been able to climb, and defeats Gunther and becomes champion and is like the third or fourth Samoan of the bloodline to hold the WWE title.
Probably like fourth or fifth, maybe, because you have Yokozuna, you have Rock, you have Roman.
So third or fourth.
Fourth. I know there's a fifth somewhere.
There's not.
He said you're fucking wrong.
Not the world title. Keep stroking that beard. Yep, I know. Third or fourth. So yeah, I'm torn on it, but we'll see what happens. Also, a lot of options for Cody, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk.
There's
about
one
that.
option. There's one
There's
fucking
not.
option.
Yeah, and his name is Chicago Made Punk. Anyway,
his name is not. His name is Jonathan Anthony Felix Cena. Excuse you.
Don't get me wrong. I think that despite his catchphrase, we will see John Cena at WrestleMania, just not in a match with Cody Rhodes for the title. But Io defeated Liv Morgan. Rhea was backstage doing an interview, had to admit that she fucked up last week against, costing Io the match. During the match, Dakota was fucking around, Spanish Rage was fucking around, everyone got in the mix. It was, it was a time.
I might have fucked up Felix and Anthony, but it was fine.
Liv got busted open from the eyeball and just bled all over the place.
That was badass.
And then after the match, listen, I love Rhea. Rhea was lying her ass off when she sat there and said, I don't feel guilty about what I did, and I don't owe you anything. I'm giving you the match because I want to give you the match, not because I owe. You are so full of shit. You know, Rhea Ripley, that you felt guilty about what you did, costing her spot in the chamber.
Two things can be true at once. She could feel guilty and lie about it, but that's okay because we know she felt guilty last week, and still want to give Io the opportunity.
Yeah, but saying that she doesn't feel guilty or the guilt isn't why. That's the lie.
Rhea's not a good liar. Like, Io knows. They've known each other so long. Come on now.
3 weeks. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Spit or swallow.
Woo.
3 weeks.
The Raw after Chamber.
The Raw after Chamber. Got it. Okay. Go ahead, Katie. You can go first.
I swallow. Come on. I love Rhea. Shocker. Yeah. And I love Io.
Yeah.
And the two of them have great chemistry together. So, like, I'm not opposed to a fun as we're going to have in 3 weeks. Like, why would I be mad about that?
That's true. Personally speaking, in terms of the match itself, the tag match, it's swallow because it was a fantastic match, and Damage Control picked up the win. In terms of the whole Rhea Io situation, it's a gargle right now because I really had my hopes, and maybe it's my own fault, no one's fault but my own, that I thought we were going to get Io versus Rhea for the world title, and now I'm dangerously worried that we're going to get Charlotte versus Rhea, and then Tiffany versus Nia. And if that's the case, that might be worst case scenario. Io isn't going to qualify for the chamber, so that means she might not get that title shot against Rhea, and she's getting it on the Raw after the chamber, which leads me to believe that she's not going to pick up that victory. So that just kind of puts a cloud over to what her plans are for WrestleMania. So it's a bummer as an Io Sky fan. But like right now, it's got to be a gargle until I see otherwise. Like unless they're going to put the title on Io right before WrestleMania and then Rhea does something else, which I don't see why, but I don't know
if
what
I
they do.
had a dime for every match that I wanted, every women's title match that I wanted to see Charlotte Flair in, I'd have zero dime. There's literally not a woman on the roster holding a championship that I'm like, I want to see Charlotte Flair wrestle her in the main event of WrestleMania. Not one. There isn't. There's not one.
Honestly,
Well, bold of you two assume it'll be the main event. Bold.
It's supposed to be.
Supposed to be doesn't mean it's gonna be.
yeah.
Just saying.
Speaking of qualifying for the Chamber, though,
Yes.
Lyra Valkyria loses to Bayley, and Bayley adds herself to the already stacked Women's Chamber.
I mean, Bayley stacked herself.
Bayley's having a hell of a fucking year.
Hell of a week she's gonna have this week because she's gonna be at the Celebrity All-Star Game on Friday in the Bay Area. So shout out to her representing WWE. She's gonna be basketballing.
And then the next night she has to compete for the NXT Women's title.
Yeah, fucking badass. What a workhorse. Love Bayley. I'm gonna swallow Bayley getting in there, but I'm gonna spit what they're doing with Lyra. Like, what? You're not properly booking this IC Women's title. Like, the first match that the champion has is a qualifying match to get into a match for the other Women's Championship. It's like, yeah, like now looks like they're gonna have a program with Ivy Nile, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, so I apologize. But it's just okay. I'm gonna gargle it just because I'm not sure what they're doing with the IC title for the women.
They're going to have a match with Ivy Nile. That's literally what it is, what you just said. Yes, Katie.
So what I thought was going to happen didn't happen. I thought Ivy was going to interfere in the match, causing Lyra to lose. But I'm also, as much as I loved this match because the match is a swallow, because both women are both women, I don't like the idea of the mid-card champions going to try and get into the chamber because I don't fuck with double champions. Y'all know this. But I mean, I did get a good match out of it, and they keep getting rid of women on the roster, so
gotta
do what you can. But I know like Chelsea's gonna, I think, may or may not have a match to try and get into or something. I don't know if that's true. She does.
Yeah, I think they mentioned it.
Chelsea's not getting in either. So
no. Like I guess she shouldn't get in there for sure. Like I think Lyra deserves the spot more than Bayley, but then again, Bayley isn't.
No, she doesn't.
Lyra's gonna face Ivy.
Yeah, she's the Intercontinental Women's Champion. There's no reason to put the Intercontinental Women's Champion.
So don't have her qualifying for the Chamber then, because then you have your champion. Because then now you have the champion taking an L. Like the first
Bayley.
Match, yeah, but that was her first match.
One of the greatest women's wrestlers in WWE history.
Agreed. But for her first singles match after winning that championship was against Bayley, and it was in the loss. It wasn't even like a protected loss. Like I don't know, that doesn't look so well because they do a bad job at booking the mid card champions in general, and it looks like that's going to be a theme.
I don't think it was bad.
Chelsea's being booked fine, and it's not like Bayley hit her finisher and pinned her clean and left her laid out. Like they did they rolled around, in circles, and Bayley tucked her in and got the pin.
Tuck her in.
Not quite a bowling ball grip, but they did their thing. Shout out to Ivy Nile though, because keeping with American Made, or as I like to call the MAGA Mates, whole thing, agenda. She is also targeting an immigrant, which is what they tend to do.
Yeah, Irish.
Yes,
Irish immigrant. Yes,
they have an MO. It is what it is.
I mean, it's kind of hard to deny when you see it every week.
Every single week. Oh my God. AJ Styles wasn't having any of Dom's bullshit or Carlito's. He came out, wanted to be all happy about his return and talk about his plans for WrestleMania. And Dom, for whatever reason, thought that he'd just come out and rain on Uncle Alan's parade and got his ass beat. Carlito got his ass beat. This led to, Finn Balor talking shit. The Judgment Day is done. Why are we even pretending anymore? Finn doesn't give a fuck about anyone in the Judgment Day.
He doesn't. He sure as hell doesn't give a fuck.
Dom doesn't give a fuck. Dom
wants to add someone else to the Judgment Day. He told fans I think we should add someone else to the Judgment Day since JD isn't there. And then that's when Finn blamed him. Like, yeah, it's your fault JD isn't here.
Well, I mean, kind of is. But
So they teased adding someone to the Judgment Day.
No, they shouldn't
would they
add
add
someone.
if
They should
they add
end the
anyone?
Judgment Day because it's not the Judgment Day. It's not. Literally,
It's
none of
just
the original
Flair.
members of the Judgment.
No. I agree with you. It doesn't feel like Judgment Day anymore. They don't have the same aesthetic, the same like packaging. Like the purple's gone, the theme song is gone, the entrance is gone. They don't even come out to each other's like matches or like segments.
They don't even
anymore.
like each other.
They don't like each other. Yes, you're right. You're right. It doesn't feel like Judgment Day. They should just kick out Finn and just let Dom run the whole thing. Let Dom do his own thing. The Dirty Day. There you go. Dirty Day.
Uncle Alan did get his match though, but you know who else Uncle Alan bumped into backstage? who Uncle Alan went nose to chin with backstage, ladies and gentlemen?
Who let the dogs out?
Cowboy Braun, baby.
With the biggest fucking cowboy hat I've ever seen in my
I
entire
need
life.
him to wear that every week until maybe when at some point Brock Lesnar shows up, and I need Cowboy Brock standing toe to toe
No.
with Cowboy
No.
Braun.
No, I don't want them. I don't want them
I
in the same place.
saw AJ Styles and I saw the cowboy hat, TNA cowboy hat. I thought James Storm. So I'm like,
James
it
Storm
got
was
me
there.
thinking. Yeah, got me wondering where the fuck James Storms is.
Not wrestling anymore. When AJ turned and the camera panned and it was just like, I was the cowboy hat at first. I legitimately choked on the drink I was drinking because holy shit,
I wasn't
caught
ready
me
for
so off
that.
guard. It was so funny. I laughed.
Cowboy Math
Well-
is born.
Cowboy math.
I like it.
Our Judgment Day bullshit continues because we also saw Seth Rollins in the crowd having an interview with Jackie Redmond, which Finn Balor, because he is challenging Seth Rollins next week for a spot in the Elimination Chamber, even though nobody believes that Finn has a chance of winning that match and moving on to the Elimination Chamber, except for maybe Katie, decides he had to interject himself into the interview.
Maybe Dom because he got him the match.
So nobody.
Hey, rude, uncalled for.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never gonna be mad at a Seth Finn match.
I'll
Like-
swallow it just because the exchange of words was halfway decent. It wasn't bad. So I'm like, I mean, it's adding fuel to the fire for the match next week. Why not? Yeah.
Seth and
Okay.
Finn. Fuck yeah.
The Creeds took on the War Raiders for the tag team titles in what was a really good match until the end. At one point, Ivar decided he wanted to smash Brutus right up against that
Yes.
LED sign.
Yes.
Two really good tag teams, really athletic tag teams, fun tag team match until Julius grabbed a tag team title and cracked Kyle over the head with it.
No, it was Kevin first and then Kyle.
Are you sure it was Kevin? I thought it was Kyle.
It was Kevin first.
All white men look the same to Matt if they're in Viking gear.
That's crazy.
Careful there, Vince.
No, I agree. I was enjoying this tag match. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, let's go. I was like, maybe the Creeds win. That'd be surprise everybody. And then they had to go in. They had to ruin it.
Yeah, Wrestling Bros Pod is correct. I don't know what it is with Brutus. Now he just like laughs like the hyenas from Lion King in the background, and I'm not sure if I like it. It's a little cringe sometimes. And
let the
Julius
dogs
looks serious.
That's crazy. Is it because Brutus was in that clip?
Yeah, and he was barking, not laughing, but it was close. He said hyenas.
Hyenas dogs are close enough, I guess. But yeah, I
They
mean,
literally are.
I'll swallow the match too. It was a really fun match. I was very confused as to why they did the finish that they did. Maybe they're trying to extend it and book it for Elimination Chamber or something. But yeah, who knows? I don't know. I kind of want the Creeds to get those tag titles. I want Master Gable to come back from his Lucha Libre excursion and find MAGA made full decked out with golden straps. Why not?
Wow, your inner Raquel Gonzalez just came out. Look at you rooting for the enemy. Look at you rooting for the enemy.
Oh, snap. Well, to be fair, they're not going against any Mexicans in this little exchange.
Well, I mean, Chad
Literally, that's what Chad is doing. Chad is going to learn how.
No. I'm talking about the Creeds going after White Vikings, and then Ivy going after an Irish woman.
As opposed to Mexican Vikings?
There's Mexican Vikings. There's Mexican rednecks too.
Think there are Mexican Vikings.
I guarantee you there is.
Well, because the Vikings are a people.
Yes.
From Norway and Sweden.
Mexicans migrated over to Norway
Finland.
too. And Finland as well. Get it? Norway. It's always.
So CM Punk uses the time that he has to take shots at John Cena, threaten Cody Rhodes, remind Drew McIntyre of all of his failures, and insult Seth Rollins. And I was kind of like, what are you doing? Because I love you, CM Punk, but you're insulting the GOAT, Katie's GOAT, John Cena over here talking about, and I get it. You're going to win the Elimination Chamber. You're going to go on to main event the WrestleMania that you've always wanted. I get it, but you don't have to be mean to everyone about it, right? And then for whatever reason, the walking prolapsed asshole that is Logan Paul decides that he is going to go stand in the ring and get on a mic and go tip to tip with CM Punk. And listen, very, very, very few people can go tip to tip with CM Punk on a microphone, and that prolapsed asshole is not one of them.
Nope.
I hate Logan Paul.
So do I. I also hate the fact that he beat Rey Mysterio. For the first time in a long time, I was all for Team Mysterio. I wanted Rey to win so fucking bad.
Guys, we knew he wasn't going to win.
I could believe
they're called Hijos de Vikingo.
That's a wrestler.
No, that's where he got the name from. He was inspired.
Yeah, that was.
He's actually a Mexican Viking, so that's why he's called Hijo de Vikingo.
That's his name forever. Walking prolapsed asshole. I agree. Because we had this star-studded Elimination Chamber, right? And I don't want to hear that Logan Paul's a star because fuck Logan Paul.
No,
I don't care how good he is in the ring. He is not on the level of a John Cena. He is not on the level of a CM Punk. He is not on the level of a Drew McIntyre. He is not on the level of a probably Seth Rollins. These are not. But you know who is? The legend Rey Mysterio.
You should have started that chamber, man. It felt like these chamber matches feel like something you'd create with your friends in the wrestling video game. Let's put all the best wrestlers in there, all our favorite wrestlers in there.
Putting Logan Paul in the men's chamber is like rehiring Blair Davenport and putting her in the women's chamber. One of these things is not like the other.
She's gone and you still found a way to add her to the show.
You need one person that you despise in the chamber. The whole crowd will boo Logan Paul, regardless of how they feel about everyone else.
I know I said it was a wasted spot, but honestly, I would have rather put Dom in there.
I'll take the win. I'll take the win. Any win is a win. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm just gonna say Logan Paul beating Rey Mysterio. I really want Rey in there. I'm biased, but I don't care how good he is in ring wise, promo wise. He's uninteresting. He's lame. He sucks. As a person, he's lame. He sucks. So I'd rather just eliminate, just like Ronda. Ronda had that first good tag team match at WrestleMania, and that was about it. But just because of that doesn't mean she should have a stake in the company or a roster.
That's because Triple H is a hell of a fucking seller. That's why that match was good.
Oh yeah, and Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was good. And you know what, Stephanie?
Kurt Angle was on her side. So Rollins and Punk wasted spots when Roman causes them to lose. LOL.
Interesting.
I mean, listen, Rollins double stomped Roman's dome into the floor.
I know how to save the chamber.
How?
Roman Reigns beats the dog shit out of Logan Paul and takes his spot in the chamber.
I like that. I like that.
Roman Reigns could even like tear him out of the chamber and beat him down and take the spot.
I don't know if you guys were watching back then, but it was when they were doing 2 chamber matches for the champions, and the chamber had his own pay-per-view. Edge walked in as the WWE champion, lost that chamber match to John Cena, and the WWE title to him. And he walked into the SmackDown World Championship title chamber, beat up poor Kofi Kingston as he was getting to go up the steps, and took his spot, and then walked away with the championship. So he walked in with one title and left with the other. So Roman should go ahead and fuck over Logan Paul like Edge fucked over Kofi. Especially after the way he fucked over Rey Mysterio at the end of the match. Fucking dicks. Dicks. Unicorn dicks.
Unicorn dicks.
Unicorn dicks.
Those are the best kind of dicks.
Are they?
Really?
Well, yeah, because unicorns are the most magical special creatures in the world. So those have to be the most magical special penises in the world.
Okay.
Listen, we know from Harry Potter, right? What happens when you drink unicorn blood?
Okay.
Imagine what you'd get.
Stop. Don't even finish that sentence. Stop. Move on.
They are mythical dicks.
They're mythical dicks.
They are the Mew Celebi shaman of penises.
You just said a lot of words.
Yes.
Those are Pokemon.
Those are Pokemon. See, Allison wants a unicorn dick.
She just said she wanted a unicorn, not a unicorn dick.
Well, then she said unicorn. No, she used the emoji, and I think
the horn. Oh my God. Hey, Whale's a unicorn on his birthday in that one video.
So she does have a unicorn dick. Anyway, enough about you. Enough about this. That emoji was definitely. See, thank you. Thank you.
What I figured. Thank you, bro.
Monday Night Raw, RawFlix and chill, spit or swallow.
I'm just gonna gargle.
Okay.
Because I like some stuff, but Logan Paul was there and won a match, and that's a big no-no.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna gargle it, I guess.
I'll straight up swallow it, despite the results of the main event and the post-match beatdown of my poor, tiny little Mexican man in Rey Mysterio. All the matches were good. They started off with the women's tag, then you had Bayley versus Lyra, and then the men's tag, and then the main event. And I can't recall if there was another match in there, but all those matches were really good, and all the segments in between were really good. The show flowed very well, despite the piece of shit that is Spanish Rachel and Logan Paul. Aside from that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't a bad episode. Oh, okay.
I'm spitting. Logan Paul won in the main event. Not my favorite CM Punk promo. The tag match was good, but had a fucked finish.
Sometimes
Logan Paul qualified for the chamber. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Judgment Day shouldn't be a thing and was on my TV way too much tonight.
I need more.
So, spit.
Right.
Shayna did only give the stew today 5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Well done. Well, I like that we all had different perspectives of the show. It's nice to not always agree on things.
I agree, and I'm always right. Katie, where can they find you?
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13. The link tree I'm about to take everything She Elite Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase and YouTube.com/She Elite Showcase. Typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish.
Check out the Get Show podcast on Wednesday night. We're going to be on Circle of Debates YouTube channel. We're going to be live with Young Kings Wrestling. We're going to be talking Wrestling Valentines.
And you guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ritter. That's at MATTRDDER for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content, and everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Smackin' It Raw. For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and Vicente Alejandro Delgado Estrada, I am the patron saint of podcast and the warden Matt Ritter, and this has been RawFlix and Chill, your Monday night edition of the Smackin' It Raw podcast.